Hi, I have a confession to make. I have a guilty pleasure, and it's teen movies. On Friday nights, I sit curled up under a big fuzzy blanket in my sweatpants, hidden in my room, watching movie after movie with the computer about a foot from my face. My personal favorites are Easy A, Mean Girls, and Bring It On. But what I've learned from watching all these teen movies is that there is a complex network of communication that exists within all schools that connects all students. And I'm sure that we have all seen this communication pathway, and I'm sure the term we can come to agree on this on is gossip. Now, for me, gossip is something that has been around me from day one. From the time that we are very, very little to the time that we are very, very old, we're surrounded by it. We can't escape it. And unfortunately, gossip will never end. Us humans just like to talk. But personally, I would like to change and become mindful of what I say about people when I say it. Now, gossip is a powerful tool. Teen suicide rates have been increasing at a substantial amount. In fact, studies have shown that 1 in 12 teens have attempted suicide at least once in their lives, meaning that in an average classroom of about 30 students, at least 2 have tried to kill themselves. Apart from this, teenagers have to contend with higher rates of eating disorders and depression. Now, despite all of this information, I cannot guarantee that I will not gossip for the rest of my life. I can't even ask you to never gossip again because that's just not a reasonable assumption for me to make. And don't get me wrong, I love to talk. I mean, I think I'm one of the most gossipy people in my group, if I have to admit it. However, it's becoming mindful of what I say is what I really want. Now, I personally know the events of the last 3 parties, and not because I was there, no, because with a tap of the fingers, a tweet was sent. Then 2, then 10. Social media sites such as these bring information to our fingertips so easily and so instantly, like that. In 2014, Twitter exploded with over 280 million active users worldwide. The average age for these users in America was around 25 years old. Now, another famous social media site, Facebook, has a user base of 2.2 billion users monthly. The average age for these users is around 18 to 24 years old. Now, while these ages are nowhere near that of high schoolers, you will be hard-pressed to find a high schooler who does not have one of these accounts. Now, various apps on your phone, such as Snapchat, enable users to send pictures of what they're seeing and doing at that current moment. Over 50% of those under the age of 18 use apps such as Snapchat. With all this readily available information that we have at our fingertips, it's easy to see how and why we will talk. Now, my freshman year, I had this big burning question. Did people actually have those gigantic house parties you see in the movies? Do people actually drink beer out of red Solo cups, or is that just a myth perpetuated by high school? I have yet to find that out, but of course, I did find out that we do have parties. And being from Hawaii, these parties always have to have our little Hawaii twist on them, so we have bonfires. Now, one week, my friend decides to go to one of these bonfires, and as most teenagers do, she drank. This is nothing uncommon and nothing especially noteworthy. And at this bonfire, she ended up hooking up with someone. Again, not the most noteworthy thing. So she tells me about what happens on Sunday, and the next day, I think nothing of it. By Monday, I get to school, I can tell something's just a little bit off. My friend is nowhere to be seen, and so far 3 people I don't know have come up to say hi to me. By first period, I am completely confused. Why are people saying hi to me? I'm not popular at all. So I walk into first period, and it's not until I sit down and a classmate of mine asks me if I've heard the news of this weekend, does the information actually click. My friend's missing, and people are trying to be nice to me to get information. Of course, the first thought I had was, I was so offended. You should want to talk to me because of my sparkling personality, not because you want information. But the second thing I had was concern for my friend. How does everyone know? It's been 1 day. I didn't tell anyone. I go on throughout my day, and Then I hear whispers of slut, whore from people I don't even know. Another 6 people that I still don't know the name of have come to talk to me. And it was just appalling to me. But what really shocked me wasn't these vicious jeers from people who I thought were her friends or the people who she thought were her friends were attacking her on Twitter. It was the fact that we were so interested in this type of information when it was really none of our business. By the next week, the story was gone, nobody said hi to me, and nobody talked about it. But there are instances, I'm sure that you have all experienced at least one instance of this, where information is used for such unimportant and trivial purposes, but there are the few shining instances where information is used to spread good. Now, if you haven't seen outside, there's a booth called The Canvas. The Canvas Hawaii is a local student-for-student-led organization that provides a safe learning environment and studying environment for students after school. Seemingly overnight, The Canvas exploded through every social media outlet. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, I've probably seen it. I think I even saw a couple Snapchats of it. But this means that the creators were also shoved into the spotlight. One of the creators is my friend, classmate, and mock trial captain. And she quickly gained fame in our school. Her story was out there. Everyone knew her name. I honestly doubt that you can find a single person in our school who doesn't know her by name. Now, the story of the Canvas spread just as quickly as the story of the hookup. But unlike the hookup, the Canvas is a safe place where students can study. It's free, it's quiet, and it's open on weekdays from 4 to 7. The hookup, unlike the Canvas, was an intimate moment shared between 2 people in which we never should have been a part of. In my opinion, I think we love to gossip because we vicariously live through people's lives. I will admit I'm not a partier. I don't go out on Saturday nights, I don't drink, I don't go to big house parties or bonfires. I sit in my room and watch Netflix, movie after movie. But when I hear these stories, when I hear the salacious details of every party, when I hear who hooked up with who, it makes me feel like I was right there in the action with them. My heart starts beating. I feel like I had been to one of these parties. But I haven't. And I, again, will admit that I love to talk. But while I do talk, I need to realize that calling somebody else fat will not make me any skinnier. And calling somebody else stupid won't make me any smarter. Gossip is a powerful tool, and only you have the ability to decide what spreads and what doesn't. So use this ability and gossip for good. Thank you.